Chris Paul was ejected late in the second quarter in a game against his former team, the Phoenix Suns. Another player's ejection doesn't seem out of the ordinary, but this situation is a little different. Chris Paul has a long-standing feud with official Scott Foster. The two men have an extensive history against each other, with Chris Paul having openly criticized Foster in the past. Paul received a technical foul from Foster after a verbal exchange. Paul continued to chirp Foster, leading to an ejection. Foster was pretty quick to dish out that second tech, most likely because it was Paul. The broadcast even catches Chris Paul calling Foster a bitch after the ejection. The feud between the two extends all the way back to Chris Paul's days on the Clippers, even stating in the post-game interview that it's personal. The league knows it, everybody knows it. It was later revealed that there was even a meeting between Paul, Foster, Paul's father, Doc Rivers, Bob Delaney, and other official back during his Clipper days trying to mend the relationship between the two. And it's pretty clear that they have a history beyond basketball and also off the court. The fact that they continue to allow Foster to referee games with Chris Paul is shocking to me, especially where Foster, according to NBA players polled anonymously, is the worst ref in the league. If I were the NBA, I would immediately be addressing this, as fans and broadcasters will continue to talk about the situation, and it's a bad look. Honestly, it's crazy to me that this could be one of the better rivalries in today's game, player versus referee. It sounds ridiculous, but the two have a clear, long-standing beef. The craziest stat from this entire exchange is Chris Paul and his 13-game losing streak in games where Foster is the referee, alongside an all-time record of 3-17. I know if I were betting on any games involving Paul and the Warriors, I would be checking to see who was officiating. If Foster's the guy, I'm betting against Paul. The Warriors end up losing the contest to the Suns 123-115 behind a 32-point performance by Kevin Durant. The Warriors have been disappointing so far this season, sitting at 7-9. It appears that they just haven't gelled to this point, and for once have a bottom half field goal percentage, ranking 22nd in the NBA. It will be interesting to see if they can put it together and get back to splashing threes on opponents at a ridiculous rate. But is this the craziest feud? Chris Paul and referee Scott Foster? Should Foster be banned from officiating games Paul is in? Officials and even off-court, or in the case of hockey, off-ice officials recusing themselves is something I find very interesting. You can see the Colin Campbell situation in the NHL, where as vice president of hockey operations, it was alleged that he had a grudge against several players and also perhaps played favorites when it came to his son, who was playing in the league at the time.